All right, so we're going to get into something that's kind of tricky, so just bear with me on this. Let's say that you have an uncle. You have an awesome uncle. This uncle is so cool because he's always trying to help you out. Always trying to help you out. So, like, he's trying to give you, like tickets to like go to the movies so you could have fun with your friends, always buying you pizza and stuff. It's great. In fact, he's so cool that he goes above and beyond. You told him last year it was a really hot summer, and you got you got 4 ice creams. Each one of those ice creams was worth $1. You got it from the local truck that goes by with the music. You're like, oh man, I hear that music. It's super hot. Want to get myself some ice cream. So that happened 4 different times, and the person who was selling the ice cream in the van was actually pretty nice. And they were like, you know what? You can have up to 4 of these ice cream cones, $4 worth, and I know you're good for it, and you can pay it back. And it's been months since you've actually paid back that ice cream truck, and it's coming to this coming summer, and you're like, oh man, I'm not gonna get any more ice cream because I haven't even paid my $4 in debt, so there's no way I'm gonna get more ice cream. And you know what your uncle says? Your uncle says, you know what? Let that truck come around, and I'm gonna go and walk with you up to that truck stand, and I am going to pay off your debt for you. I'm gonna give the ice cream truck person $4, meaning I'm gonna bail you out of debt, okay? Meaning that your uncle is going to take away your debt. I know, this is why this is so tricky. Taking away debt. Whoa, like I just get a brain freeze just thinking about it, and I didn't even eat any ice cream yet. Okay, so taking away debt is like this. You can take it away. So your uncle took away your debt. What did your uncle have to do? Well, your uncle had to come up with 4 of his own green chips or dollars to give in your place, okay? So taking away debt is kind of like giving you money, if you think about it. So your uncle could have done one of 2 things. Your uncle could have paid the debt off for you, meaning your uncle could have taken his 4 green chips and he could have paid the ice cream seller directly $4 on your behalf. Your uncle's not getting any ice cream. Your uncle is just paying $4 just so that you can now feel like you're a person who's debt-free, which is a great gift, okay? So your uncle could have done that. The other thing that your uncle could have done was your uncle could have paid you $4 directly, okay? I mean, here's the thing, folks. If you get a gift, even if you didn't earn it, it still goes in the surplus column, at least for the first couple seconds, right? I mean, you didn't earn it, but you still got it, so be thankful. Okay, so once your uncle gave you $4, then you could pay your own debt off. But isn't that the same thing at the end of the day, whether your uncle pays your debt off or whether your uncle pays you and then you pay your debt off? I mean, at the end of the day, it's the same exact thing. It all gets wiped out clean. It all gets wiped out. So it doesn't matter how it happens. It just was nice that it happened. Okay? So that is the power of thinking about taking away debt. It's a little confusing, but hopefully through this example, you can see that taking away debt is kind of like giving you temporary money that you can then use to pay that debt. Okay? All right. So this is going to be a a powerful tool when we come to think about these mathematical scenarios that we're going to run into right now. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. What if we have, say, $3, and your uncle comes to town, and you really do have $3. Like you've been really hard worker, you've been paying off all your debt, the ice cream van is not looking for you because you don't owe them money. You really did your work, you have no debt, and you really do have actually $3 that is absolutely obligation free. It's your money. But your uncle comes into town, and your uncle's so nice. And your uncle says, because he remembers that, you've been in debt in the past. Your uncle says, you know what? I am going to take away your debt. In fact, I'm going to take away $4 worth of your debt. And you're like, Uncle, thank you so much. That is such a wonderful thing to do for me. Luckily, I actually don't have any debt. So there's no debt for you to take away. And your uncle's like, wow, man, I really want to help you out because, I'm a kind guy and I was willing to take away $4 of your debt. You don't have any debt. So remember that in that other scenario that your uncle could have done one of two things. Your uncle could have taken away that debt, or your uncle could have just paid you and then you could have paid off that debt. So if your uncle is willing to pay off $4 of your debt, if you don't have any debt, your uncle should still be willing to then just pay you that $4 directly because you don't have any debt. So now you have $7. Okay? So this is a really critical point that is leading up to this. Let's say that you start off with $3, right? And then your uncle comes into town and says he is going to take away $4 of debt, of your debt. So you start with $3. Your uncle wants to take away, that's what this subtraction sign means, take away, subtraction means take away $4 of debt. Remember, we've been talking about debt as these negative integers. So this is what your uncle wants to do. You got $3 and he wants to take away $4 of your debt, but you don't have any debt. But remember, if your uncle is willing to pay off your debt of $4, then your uncle is also willing to just give you those $4. So that is why 3 take away -4 is going to be a +7, all right? +7. So 3 take away -4 is actually a +7. And so that's the rationale. And here's just a shorthand trick. When you see two negatives together, it's like your really cool uncle coming into town. Two negatives together morph or combine to make one positive. Okay, so two negatives, when they're side by side like that, become one positive. All right. In fact, I've even heard someone say, and this is another trick. When you see these two negatives together, I mean, I understand that I put a parentheses here. I just put the parentheses there so you wouldn't be confused. Sometimes you'll see it, sometimes you won't. But the idea is, if you take away the parentheses, you see how they're basically almost touching. And remember, you're taking away debt, which is like giving you money. And so you can take this little guy right here and just make it into plus sign. So that's a little trick, but I didn't want to tell you the trick until I told you why that rationale happens. All right, so hopefully your uncle comes to town. Bye.